What's up, students? This is Miss Green.
And this is Coach Groves. We're here today to do some writing and solving of inequalities. Have we talked about inequalities yet?
A teeny tiny bit.
Teeny tiny bit. An inequality is basically something that is unequal. Inequality.
Sometimes it's equal, but it's also going to be...
Actually, an inequality, it can't be equal. I mean, it can be equal and something else, but it can't just be equal. Because otherwise it would be equal and not an inequality.
Inequality. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so our learning target today is we will write and solve inequalities by doing inverse operations. So I find it funny that we record these videos and, I'm giving them time to write their learning target. We record these videos and we sit here and talk to each other, but the kids don't realize that. We can see each other. They can't see us.
That's true.
It's funny, so I'm entertained by that fact right now.
Okay, here we go.
On the first one, we've got 3 plus negative 4x is less than or equal to negative 12x minus 13.
Yes, that is a negative 12. My bad.
That is Miss Green's fault.
Yes. Yeah, coming up with these is, it's fun, but I want to make it challenging, so here we go.
So, first things we've got to do, it's the exact same as an equation. There's one minor difference. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Exact same thing as an equation. I'm going to...
You want to move your variables over, you want to get them all on the same side, and you want to get all of your
What is the word I'm looking for? Eliminate the variable on one side of the equation. That's the word I'm looking for. So I'm going to eliminate this variable. So I'm going to add 4x here. That's going to cancel out. Add 4x here. I've got negative 12x plus 4x. What does that equal?
That equals negative 8x.
Negative 8x minus 13. Bring down what's left. 3 plus... Well, I'm sorry.
Let's say 3 plus what? 3 plus 0?
3 plus 0? So 3 is less than or equal to negative 8x minus 13. Now I'm going to eliminate the constant on one side. Plus 13 plus 13. We've got 16 is less than or equal to negative 8x. Now, the only difference with an inequality than an equal sign, this comes into play here. I'm going to divide by a negative 8. If a negative goes across this inequality sign through multiplication or division, our inequality sign is going to flip. So if I have to divide by a negative 8,
your
my
inequality
sign...
is like, what did you do? So it's going to literally flip.
So we've got negative 2 is greater than or equal to x.
So nothing's changed. We solved it like a normal equation, but because it's an inequality... At the very bottom, once we divide by a negative or multiply, it depends on what your last operation is, you're going to make sure that you flip your inequality if and only if you're multiplying or dividing by a negative.
And it's only a negative. If it was positive, your inequality's happy. It's like, hey, happy times. However, a negative, it's going to flip.
Right.
Only negative.
Right.
Okay. Miss Green starts with $500 and spends $15 per week. Miss Groves starts with $800 and spends $35 per week. When does Miss Green have more money than Miss Groves? Wait, you have more money than me?
Sometimes, maybe. I don't know.
I do spend more than you. It's the truth. So let's start by writing this equation. Or inequality. Is this an inequality?
It's an inequality because it wants to know at what point...
When you have more money than me. Mm-hmm. And are you going to have more money than me on occasion? Like, could it be more than one number? Because
yeah, for sure.
If I had $500 and you had $500 and I had $800, if I still had $750, would I still have more money than you?
Yep.
So I mean, you can see that it's going to be an inequality. So we've got $500 and spends $15 per week. What would that side of the inequality be?
Okay, so 500 and spends 15 per week. So 15 per week, that's going to be my 15x plus that 500. So however you want to write it. Oh, yeah, because I'm spending.
You're spending. Spend means minus.
Spend means minus, my bad.
So we're looking for who to have more money.
For Miss Green.
For Miss Green. So that means my sign needs to be here, right?
Right.
The big side needs to be opening up to Miss Green.
Right, and it doesn't say at what point is Miss Green going to have the same or more. So therefore, it's just going to be a greater than symbol, not a greater than or equal to symbol.
So then I start with 800, and I spend 35 a week. I wish I could only spend 35 a week.
Yeah, you spend way more than that.
Whew, man, yeah. So now I've got my equation. 500 minus 15x is greater than 800 minus 35x.
Badger bucks for Miss Green, because she said equation, not inequality.
I'm sorry, I have my inequality?
Yeah, because, That's what it is. So here are my Badger bucks. Oh, thank you, Miss. There we go. Thank you.
You're welcome, Miss Green.
That's all me. Okay, anyway.
It's still
here we go.
technically an equation. It's just not equal.
Yeah.
Now, let's start by combining our variables. We need to eliminate the variable on one side. I'm actually going to eliminate this bigger one because that'll turn it into a positive number. So add 35x, add 35x. Negative 15x plus 35x is?
Positive 20.
So 20x. Bring down my 500. Minus 20x is greater than 800. I'm going to bring in another sheet of paper.
And I just got to say this real quick, y'all. Right here, you know how she added 35x on this side and on this side? Please make sure that you write your x. If you don't, I know you know what you're doing, but I don't if you don't write it down. So please make sure that those x's mean a lot. If you don't put it in there, it like messes up the whole problem.
Yes, because I mean that means that you're actually taking the x and not just the 35.
Right.
So now we've got 500 minus 20x is greater than 800. What do we need to do now?
Now we need to move the...
Eliminate the constant. Was that a positive or a negative constant?
Positive.
So I'm going to subtract 500. Subtract 500. I wasn't multiplying or dividing, so my sign stays the same. So I've got 300 is less than negative 20x.
Okay. So now we've got, and I'm glad, thank you for bringing down that negative there, because that belongs to the 20x.
It does.
So it's negative 20x. So now I've got to divide by that negative 20. I got to get rid of that. So do it on both sides. Oh.
Miss Green totally lied to me. She said this problem wasn't going to flip the inequality. However, I am dividing by a negative.
Inequality is like, what?
So I have to flip my sign. What is 300 divided by negative 20?
Is it 150? What? 15. What? 15, yeah. No? I don't know. I have to do the math.
I'm just confused why we've got a negative number. I mean, how do you have more money when you have negative money? Did we make a mistake somewhere? Can anyone find the mistake we made? Plus 35. This is a positive. I'm sorry. This is a positive. I found my mistake.
Oh, dude. I've got Badger bucks for you.
Badger bucks for me because I found my mistake. Yes. Woohoo.
Can I have them back?
Yes. So, I made a mistake. This here was a positive 20, and I accidentally wrote negative 20. Some of you may have caught it, some of you may have not. So it's really not going to be a negative. This didn't really flip my sign. 300, that was 15. So it is x is greater than 15. Hey, proof Coach Groves makes a mistake too. And look, I just fixed it myself and caught myself because I looked at the logistics of it.
It doesn't make sense.
It didn't make sense in my head. So you have to think about that. Does it make sense?
Yes.
Yeah, now it
makes
does.
sense. Yeah, no, for sure. Like earlier when I said 300 divided by 20, I said 150. I was like, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Because it's 15. So we make mistakes, y'all. It just takes a little time.
So the answer is x is greater than 15. That means that she will have more money with me, more money than me after 15 weeks.
Right.
So, and then after 15 weeks from then on, so after 16 weeks and 17 weeks, she'll have more money than me. Man, Miss Green, after 15 weeks, can I borrow some money?
No.
Dang.
Moving on.
Okay. So now, we've decided to leave teaching. I'm sorry to tell you guys. We're going to go into calculator sales.
Yes, this is the Friday when you saw us, that was the last day you were going to see us.
It's done. We're done.
We're done.
No, I'm just kidding. I couldn't do that to you guys.
And actually, they would see us Monday. I ruined that joke.
Man, okay. Anyways, we aren't leaving you. You're stuck with us.
We love y'all.
We do. We're selling calculators, though. And I make $115 per week plus $100 per calculator I sell. Miss Green makes $225 per week plus $50 per calculator she sells. How many calculators would I need to sell to make more than Miss Green? So let's start with writing our equation, or inequality. Equation? Inequality.
I'm going to be rich with Badger bucks.
Inequality. So it is 115 per week plus 100x.
Because it's per calculator.
Because it's based off the calculator. We're looking weeks. So we need to know...
At what point are you going to have more than me? So we need to make sure that...
So I'm going to have more than you.
Right.
So I'm going to be greater than... I could have more money this time?
Yes, you do.
Yes!
Share the wealth, baby. Share the wealth.
Yay! At least it wasn't every time I was broke. And then 225 plus 50x. Okay.
Okay, here we go.
Throw in another piece of paper. Woo. Now, first things first, eliminate the variable on one side. Minus 50x, minus 50x. I have 50x over here. Bring down my 115 plus 50x is greater than 225. Now I'm going to eliminate my constant. Move this up a little. There we go. Perfect. So minus 115, minus 115. 225 minus 115 is 110. I hope I did that right. Is that right?
225 minus
115.
110, yeah.
Yeah, okay, good. I was a little worried there for a second. Divide by 50 because this didn't come out evenly. So x is greater than or equal to
110 divided by 50 is 2 and 10 50ths, so that's 1/5.
So 2 1/5. So after 2 1/5 weeks, I have more money.
Right. Okay, but that's weird. So technically, it would have to be how many weeks? Because it's not going to be 2. You don't get paid at 2 1/5 weeks. It's either 2 or is it 3?
So what do you guys think? Would that be 2 or 3?
Well, at 2 weeks, I'm not going to have.
You get-
Miss Green is still going to have more money.
Exactly. So it would be x is greater than 3.
Right. So our answer, this is what, on that one problem, that page that we did earlier, it's what was the answer, what was the solution, what is the answer? This is a solution, but the answer to the question is the 3.
Yes.
So I know we talked a lot about what was the difference. Well, that's the difference.
There you go. We talked about that a lot in my class too.
Awesome. Okay.
Awesome. Oh.
Happy face.
We are
real
all
quick,
done.
before we leave, what color is her pen? Don't say anything. What color is her pen? It's black, right? It's
No.
not. It's purple.
It's
It looks
totally
black.
purple. I
know.
love my pen.
It's strange though. It looks black. Look at it.
I know.
Okay.
It's a dark purple.
Bye. Love y'all.
Bye.